busy in the kitchen, right? No. The kitty has decided he's going to help with the cauliflower. He's so helpful. Come here, mister. Here's one kitty. Say hello. Isn't he so handsome? So handsome. That's Jericho. And he's going to jump in the bags of cauliflower. Hi. So I was going to go live earlier because I was in town, and then like everything changed and I was not able to go live. And then I had to, hi Tom, I haven't seen you in forever. So then I had to drive home. So I got home and I unloaded all the groceries, and now I'm getting ready to put stuff into the freeze dryer. So I figured I'd hop on here, and I'm just getting ready to chop up. I've got 6 heads of cauliflower that I'm going to chop up and put in roasting pans, get roasted, then get roasted. It's pretty funny. Then put on my, oh, you can't see it from there. My, over there, right there, the freeze dryer trays. Put on the freeze dryer trays and get them into the freeze dryer. I just finished onions. And actually, onions, the worst part really truly is just cutting them in the freeze dryer. They're not bad at all. Garlic, on the other hand, oh my word, garlic is horrendous. Like, it's so bad. Hi, Cindy. Can't stay. We'll watch the replay. Oh, you know what? I probably didn't turn on the live chat replay. Sorry for everybody. It's really not user-friendly to go live from your phone. It's just like all of the things are in hidden places. It's really annoying. So I'm sorry. I'm almost out of water. Anyway, so I figured I would stand here and say hi to everybody. And if you want, I can show you guys some freeze-dried stuff. I just finished, like I said, the onions. And I have some other things as well. I used this guy to do my onions. It's fantastic. I use the really tiny one. This one is the best one, though. They used to be the Vidalia Chop Wizard, I think is what they called it. I can't remember. This one says Progressive on it. It's Cassidy. It's Cassidy. The dog is on top of the job. That's what he is. The video should still replay. Yes. The video will replay, just not the live chat. So I'm sorry, guys. Hopefully, you know what? I wonder if it's on, and again, because it's on my phone, I don't know if it's on top chat or live chat right now. I don't know. Anyways, so I thought I'd show you guys some freeze-dried stuff before I get started. Yes, darling. Are you done? They were putting their jewelry in their new jewelry box. So they were getting that all organized. Oh, did you get everything from down here? All your earrings from down here? Yeah, put all those ones up there too. No? Okay. She's like, no, not those ones. Bananas. Are these not open? Oh, maybe these ones aren't open. Yeah, they should be open. No, these ones aren't open. Thought these ones were open. Why are you out then if you're not open? Or did you get resealed? You know what? I think we resealed these because we were trying to see if the impulse sealer, my impulse sealer broke. So my husband fixed my impulse sealer because these are very not full. Yeah, that was just to test the impulse sealer. I have a Harvest Right freeze dryer for those of you who don't know. Who's getting what? I hear somebody. Oh, I bet you oh, it's Cassie. Thank you, darling. I did that. I know it. I'm sorry. So here's my bags. And then here are my bananas. And they are nice and crisp. Woo! Powder. Banana powder for the kids. So these are excellent snacks that the kids, we make a dip that is Greek yogurt, honey, peanut butter, almond butter, cashew butter, whatever kind of butter you want. And then there's something else. I don't know what. Maybe that's it. That might be, oh, and cinnamon. That's what it is. You mix all those things up, and then they love to eat it with the peanut butter chips. Oh, a bag of yarrow powder. Yarrow is one of the most amazing herbs. I love yarrow. It will stop bleeding almost immediately. It's like the original quick clot. The old legends about Achilles. It says that he was either dipped in the river Styx, or there's another one that says that he was dipped in a strong brew of yarrow tea. And then his ankle is the only part that his mom hung on to, so you know that's the part that he got hurt. But warriors used to take yarrow into battle with them, and they would have handfuls of it, and they would like pack into their wounds, and then they could keep going. You could drink the tea. It works really well. Bloody noses. Actually, we've had kids that have had bloody noses, and we'll run outside, grab some yarrow. Again, I know what's on my yarrow. There's nothing on my yarrow. And they'll shove it up in their noses, and it stops almost immediately. Cassidy and I were out foraging, and she had a scab on her ankle, and it came off, and it was just bleeding and bleeding and bleeding. She went over, grabbed some yarrow. It tastes awful, but she chewed it up, spit it out, and put it back on there. Instantly, it stopped. It had been bleeding for at least 10 minutes, and it just stopped. So I have yarrow powder in here. We used this. One of my dogs actually got an injury on one of their nails. It split, and so it was bleeding really bad. Dipped it in yarrow powder, and immediately not a problem, and it was all fine. And it's also antimicrobial, antibiotics, so it helps with all those things too. Celery. I have celery. I'll show you. These are my bags. Some of my bags don't have the zip tops to them, but those ones I have, which I'll go grab you some. You can see. But these guys, these are my celeries. So there's my little celery. Click. Tastes just like really dry celery. With the celery, when you rehydrate it, so far, it's not crunchy. It's not the same kind of crunch. I'm debating whether or not I'm just going to pulverize it all and turn it into celery powder, just so I'm getting the flavor in there. That is legit straight celery. It's just not crunchy anymore. But if I'm going to make a soup or anything, I just throw it in there whole, because it was going to be soft anyways from the soup. We made some stuffing for Thanksgiving, and I threw these in there. I didn't cook them. I didn't anything. I just threw it in there with the onions when I was browning it. Speaking of onions, I'll go grab some onions real quick. I'll go grab a couple other things. You can sit here and watch the beautiful kitchen as the dishwasher runs. Okay. Here are a couple of jars. So we generally store whatever I freeze dry in the jars. Hopefully you're not taking up too much bandwidth, darling. Thank goodness we finally got fiber optics. There's my garlic. It got a little warm, and so it started to cook the outside of the garlic. Everything still smells like garlic. So until I have a chance to soak my mats in baking soda water or bake them, I'm only doing things that I'm okay that have a slight aroma of garlic. Things like mashed potatoes. My husband gets so many free potatoes from work, and I'm like, well, what are we gonna do with all these free potatoes? So I started making my mashed potatoes, and then we freeze dry them, and then all we have to add is water and or milk to it, and it literally tastes like exactly the same thing. I was like, well, this could be an emergency food. There we go. Oh, chicken broth. Chicken broth, still my absolute favorite thing to freeze dry. Hello, Marty. How are you? Cassidy calls these soup chips still. We still call them soup chip. The kids still love when we do these. The whole tray is just big and flat. We break off pieces and it looks like little chips. This is the only way I can get Bella to do broth, but this is wonderful. This is like my own personal bouillon, so I know what's in it. It's all safe and it adds amazing flavor to everything. There's my onions with that little chopper. I did some with a bigger size chopper the first time and it was pretty good, but I really loved these ones. They're so light and so flaky. If we are going to use whatever the item is within the next year, then we just put it into these jars. And I have a vacuum sealer. I have an attachment that'll go onto these and it'll suck the air out of them. And we have stuff that's been in there for a year and it's been totally fine. It's still plenty crunchy. Unfortunately, this is teeny tiny, so I don't know that you're actually going to be able to see it or hear it, or it just disintegrates. Oh, look at the little fluffies. They came off. I'm not going to eat the raw onion. I'm not much of an onion person when they're raw. I love them when they're cooked. Okay, baby. Okay, have fun. And then some of our fresh mulberries. These are some of our mulberries from our tree. I think there's ham in there. There's some other stuff as well. But I figured out with these mulberries that the quality of your Mylar bag matters. Hi, Uncle Big Guy. Yeah, the quality of your Mylar bag matters. Because the first time that I did these, and oh, it's just squish. A powdery squish. The first time I did them, we stored them in a cheaper, off-brand Mylar bag. And I discovered if you hold a flashlight up to these Mylar bags, like you can actually see what's inside of them. Not good quality. And I had this double sealed in a Mylar bag. I opened it up because something told me I needed to check that one. So I did. Yeah, these were getting sticky again. So I re-freeze dried them and then I sealed them back in the jar and they have been good ever since. If I didn't know what had been with this, I was like, I'm going to try it. And these had not been in the bag for too very long. So there's a couple of options. It could have just not maybe been dry enough, but it could have been dry enough. The freeze dry equipment that I use is Harvest Right. Down in my description, there should be a link for Harvest Right. It should still be down there. And I think that they give you whenever you click and you order through that link, they give you the best deal possible. They run different things all the time. And so they just automatically put it on our links. They don't give us a code or anything. It's just click the link and then you're going to get the best deal that you can. And then I do get a kickback from anything that you guys click down below. I was not actually intending to make this a whole freeze dried thing, but Harvest Right is the name of my freeze dryer. And we have the large stainless steel. So it's got 5 trays. We also bought the silicone mats that go into the tray, so the tray liners. And then I got the tray lids as well, so that when we are going to freeze, if we pre-freeze things, we're gonna put everything down, put the lids on top of it so you can stack it in the freezer. I have a big deep freezer with a big open space in the bottom so that if I have to freeze something, then it's level and it's like my freeze dryer space. But there's boxes right now, but you can lift them out really easily, freeze everything, and then put it all back. A lot of people make little 3D printed corners for the tray so you can stack them and not have to have the whole trays. So there's just that FYI. The mats, I actually have a clean tray and a clean mat. I have one of those old wooden drying racks that I can't think of the word, expands in and out. That's not the word, but it'll come to me later. And a lot of people use it for making noodles. It's my freeze drying rack.
It folds.
That's what it is. Yeah, it's foldable. It's like there's an instrument that I'm thinking of. My dad plays it. It's like in and out. It's like a piano over here, and then I can't think of it. It's absolutely not coming to me, and it'll come to me later. Accordion. Thank you, Jill,
Yeah.
very much. Yes, it's like the accordion fold, you know, so it opens and closes. So that's what I use to do these for. So this is how big the medium or the large trays are, and right about there. And then I got these mats as well. And a lot of people are like, I use parchment paper, it works great. I like reusable. Reusable is fantastic. Sorry, Harvest Right, you were upside down. So I love these things, but these are the ones that smell just a little bit like garlic. So I need to soak them in baking soda water to get the smell out. But right now I'm trying to keep it going because it warms up my house so fantastically. I love it. I love to use it in the winter time. And in the summertime, it has to go into the room with the HVAC, with the furnace in there, because then that room is really cold because the AC is running, and it balances it out because it does put off quite a bit of heat. And then we also have the oil-free pump. The oil-free pump is definitely a pretty penny, but it was worth it because when we ordered 3 years ago, they were still not as advanced as they are now. And there was some issues with the pumps, and you had to change the oil every like 3 uses. That just seemed like a lot to have to deal with, and you have to filter it, and then you have to do all this stuff. So we just went with the oil-free pump. It is loud, but it is fantastic. I've had it for 3 years. We have run it at least 8 months out of the year for 3 years, and we haven't had a single problem. No problems with it. I actually called the other day to make sure that I could put the silicone mats into the oven, and they said, yeah, absolutely, no problem. But try the baking soda wash first. Just soak them in baking soda water. Okay, I will do that first, and then I will put them into the oven to remove the smell if I have to. But they have been a wonderful company. I got right to them. I've never had any problems with their customer service. I've never had any problems with my machine. I do know some people that have had issues. I also know that there are some refurbished ones that you can get now. And so if it's something, because it's definitely an investment, but in my opinion, it is absolutely worth it because I can find meat on sale and I can freeze dry it and I can have it and it will stay for 25 years as long as it is freeze dried and stored properly. And with meat prices getting to be ridiculous, or if we were to harvest one of our emus, which we have done, then we can actually save that meat too. I have some ham. Would you grab me the ham? It's on the counter right in there. Thank you. My darling helper. So fresh produce that you know where it came from, you are able to freeze dry it and save it. To run a batch, it's between $2 to $4 a batch worth of electricity. It's actually not much because once it draws and it creates that vacuum, it just holds it. So it's not continually pulling, and the heat, it doesn't cost that much. So our electric bill doesn't really go up much. And then here is the ham that we had left over from Thanksgiving, and then we did one for Christmas too. So we had leftovers, and I freeze dried it. Oh dear, I might have to open it.
Use your nails.
I usually use my nails. Ha, there we go. So there is the ham. And they're actually really good. Very crunchy little ham chips. I'll reseal this. I'll go suck the air out of it. Wait. Some of them have a little bit of fat on them. The fat will not stay good as long. So you can freeze dry things that have fat in them or on them. They just don't stay good for quite as long. And that's okay. Excellent snack. Super good. I think that's it. I think that's all I have to share with you guys. Unless you guys have any questions about freeze dryers. Sorry, that's 100% not what I was going to talk about today. But And then I got home and needed to get my cauliflower into the roasters, into the oven, so that I can soften it, cook it, and then I'm gonna get it on the tray so that whenever I want to make a cauliflower mac and cheese or a cauliflower puree, it's already chopped, it's already cooked, it's already ready for me. Some of it I will leave chopped and I'll leave in little pieces, so when I put it away it'll look similar to this. And then the other ones I will pulverize. I'll put it into my Vitamix and it'll look more like this. This is kind of chunky. It's just really, really dry, but it'll be powdery like that, so that whenever I'm going to make cauliflower puree, I can just throw all the other ingredients in there, combine it all, turn it on, and we're good to go. So anyways, I should let you guys go. I'm sorry that the live chat will not replay. Everyone wants to go outside, so I'm gonna let you guys go so I can go let everybody outside because they want to go play in the snow. Yes, that's what you want to do. I know, you're so silly. Anyways, thank you, Sharon. So I hope you guys have a fantastic day. I'm gonna go get chopping and watching doggies gallivant outside. So thank you for joining me, and I will see you guys later.